Hello Capricorn, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and we are doing August readings today. I've got the Light Seers Tarot deck here, and as always, these are general readings for a general Capricorn audience. So take what resonates with you and please leave the rest for another Capricorn. Okay, nice. Let's get this in focus here. Okay. Nice. All right, that's nice. There's just no traps or pitfalls here. This is all pretty straightforward. All right, Capricorn. I do invite you to check out the videos for your major astrological placements, so your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign for more information or for a more resonant experience. Sometimes one or the other is more resonant, or sometimes you get a little bit of something from all of those videos. So there's that. Let's go ahead and get started. We've got the Temperance as sort of your cover card, or what we've got at the beginning of the month. It's a major arcana card, so it's going to be not just a passing influence. This is a card that does not want to stay in focus for whatever reason. There we go, that's better. This is about balance and moderation, so it's a call to find ways to balance work and play, or take that as it resonates for you, but whatever needs to be brought more into balance or more into moderation. If you've been spending too much time online and maybe need to get outside and enjoy the fresh air, or vice versa, if you need to focus more on maybe work activities, or if there's some serious things like paying down some debt and getting a hold of finances and budgeting, if there's some area of your life that needs a little bit of moderation, the Temperance card indicates this is an excellent time. This time is, supported for you to take a look at that and, get some moderation or more sort of lovely control. This isn't brutal or severe. This is kind of, I always think of this card as like, sort of Art Deco, where you kind of trim the frou-frou. It's not about extravagance. It's about beauty and moderation. How about that? And this is paired with the Queen of Swords, who is so good at discernment. She's so good at cutting out what is unnecessary. She's really the editor of the tarot. Swords are often about ideas, philosophies, communication, writing, social media, sometimes legal efforts, contracts, that sort of thing. But ultimately, she is, very good at being lovely and communicating clearly without extra verbiage, without extra words. Even if you're someone who otherwise loves the language, or loves a lot of decoration, or loves exuberance, this combo is suggesting you can do more with less at this time, and you're being supported in finding that area of your life where you can trim down, do more with less, moderation, edit, scale back. And there's this health component to it. There's some part of your life where you will be healthier if you enjoy better balance, if you find a more meaningful sort of budget, whether it be words or finances or food or social media, whatever it is. Take that as it applies in your situation, Capricorn. Now, the next column we have here is the King of Wands with the Ace of Cups. Now, the most obvious combo here would apply to anyone who is single and might be looking or interested in not being so very single. The King of Wands would be a mature person who is sexy and magnetic and capable of stepping up to the plate, charming, funny, and ready, willing, and able. The Ace of Cups could certainly be an invitation or a new chapter opening in your emotional life. So this could certainly be something like, dating or taking a relationship to the next level. For those of you interested in that sort of thing, wanting something like this could be someone like a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or with those placements featured heavily in their, or prominently, I should say, in their charts. If you're not someone who is single and looking, or looking to take a relationship more seriously or more deeply in that way, this could certainly be something. This could certainly be someone like a boss or an agent or a coach, mentor figure who has something like an offer for you, an interview, a job. This could even be someone like a theater director or a choir director who invites you to be in a choir or a play, or even on an athletic team of some kind, because the suit of wands can also be, it can be a creative field, or it can be an athletic situation. Wands are the suit of our passions or our creative drives. So either way, it could be athletic or creative. So he could be a coach or like a creative director of some kind, and he could have an offer for you in one of those areas. So it could apply in that way. You'll know, Capricorn, in which way it applies to you, but in either way, whether it's sort of romantic or maybe creative, collaborative, it's something that's going to leave you feeling very validated and open up sort of a new chapter in your life, which will feel very exciting and validating. All right, in the next column here, we have the Nine of Wands to begin with. Now, the Nine of Wands is the only slightly negative, but it's not really negative. I shouldn't say it like that. There is just a little heads up about not taking on too much in your life with the Nine of Wands. This is the card of being a little bit defensive, or just protecting your resources. There's the permission to say no, or to put some projects on the back burner, or be mindful of your schedule with the Nine of Wands. It protects you against a burnout. To suggest here that there's the potential or a possible need for like a fence or a boundary of some kind. It's okay to say no, or not yet, or not now. Even for stuff you really love, you might need to readjust your schedule just to protect your own sort of energy in August. Or, looking forward to the fall, you might not be able to volunteer for everything you usually volunteer for. This is paired with death rebirth, and of course every fan of the tarot knows that death rebirth does not necessarily signify an actual death. It is a transformation. So something in your life needs to transform, right? So this could be the sort of thing where it's time for a new job, or it's time to leave a roommate situation, or there just could be just an interchange in you that needs to happen. It could be the kind of thing where you decide, I really need to get with a better workout program, or a better gym, or I need to eat better. I really need to let go of that thing that bully said to me that I've been carrying around for 20 years. I don't need that name or that feeling in my life anymore. In that kind of way. I always bring up the story of the caterpillar, when the death card comes up, how the caterpillar used to be a creature of the ground, crawling on the ground, and only interfaces with other creatures of the ground, right? Until just that timing thing happens, and all of a sudden there's a need to crawl up on a leaf or a branch and spin a chrysalis. And when the caterpillar is fully contained in that chrysalis, they become goo. They lose their caterpillar shape, and they're kind of nothing for a little bit, because it's time to be something else. They can't be a caterpillar anymore. And after a week or two or whatever it is, it's painful to be nothing, but eventually a new shape starts to take form, and it hardens, and after some time the chrysalis can no longer contain the new shape, and the butterfly has to bust out and fly. And now the caterpillar is no more. Now there's a butterfly, a creature of the air. And the butterfly can only be a butterfly now, and interfaces with the world in a whole new way. It's a creature of the air. And anyone who knew the caterpillar before wouldn't recognize the butterfly. It's a whole new being. So there's this transformation that happens in the death card, right? Where we are given permission, not just given permission, we have to. It's just time for this major change. So whatever it is, it might be at work or in a relationship, or just because it's time that you have to change some way of being because it's time, and interface with the world in a new way. Now, in the next column, and I might say, because it's paired with the Nine of Wands, it might take a little time for this change, for this process to happen. So give yourself a little wiggle room for this process, whatever this rebirth is. And of course, less is more. Finally, we have the Hanged Man, or the Hanged One. I prefer the Hanged One, and the Eight of Pentacles. With the Hanged One, we have our central character. No, you gotta stay in focus. There you go. Doing some gymnastics and having a moment of illumination. And the idea with the Hanged One is that it's the gymnastics, it's the new perspective that gives the central character the big idea. It's only by getting to the upside down place, by getting a new vantage point, by seeing something from a new angle, that the enlightenment happens. So there's some area of your life that you need to look at in a new way for you to fully understand it, appreciate it, to give you that illumination. So if there's something that you've been ruminating or an answer you've been looking for, maybe it sounds so trite to say that you need to get a new angle. Like, how do you get a new angle? How do you look at something a new way? But maybe going on a hike, or going to see a movie, or getting out of however you've been looking at it up until now, giving yourself a new experience, taking yourself out of how you've been looking at it to see it a new way. And only then can you appreciate it for what it is, or get an answer, or get the clarity that you need to move forward, make a decision, whatever it is. This is paired with the Eight of Pentacles, which is so interesting because with the Eight of Pentacles, we typically have a work card, so like a 9 to 5 kind of thing, which sees you being very productive. It doesn't necessarily have to be 9 to 5. This could also be a project that you like doing, or like a home-based business. This could be like if you do Etsy, or have your own YouTube channel, or social media content creator or something. But this sees you being very productive in something that you enjoy doing, and it's because you love doing it, or you're into it, or you feel good or validated, that you get more clients, or more sales, or more follows, or whatever it is. And that word of mouth just kind of keeps expanding exponentially. So it's like this big idea leads to maybe more products, or more content, or whatever it is, this thing that you do, more sales, more I don't know, cartoons, whatever it is that you might do, kind of getting yourself out of the old rut, getting the new vision, helps you be more productive, helps you be more what is that word when you do a lot of it? I can't think of that word when you do a lot of it, but you know what I mean. It'll help you be that other word. You know what I mean. Prolific. Is that the word I'm looking for? Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. So basically, we have a couple of themes here. It's a mixed bag for you, really, Capricorn. We have, sort of editing over here, being discerning, moderation, balancing work and play. But, balancing and editing is sort of blessed over here. We have what might be dating or taking a relationship to a new level for some folks, or perhaps some sort of collaboration for other Capricorns. And then we have a message to be careful, feel free to say no, mind your resources, or set a boundary. There looks to be a renewal, rebirth, and that may take some energy. And then there's a call here to get a new vantage point in order to help with maybe productivity. So there we have it, Capricorn. I hope that's helpful. If so, I invite you to leave a comment or like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for stopping by. Until next time, take good care. Bye for now.